money makes you more of who you already are, because people automatically assume once I get more money, everything is going to be perfect. It certainly can help, but it can also be an issue if you don't have your footing underneath you, right? Because the saying goes, new level, new devil, and it's true. So definitely want you to aspire to do better, but you got to be prepared with the responsibility that comes with that. Well, hello, everyone. I am so excited to welcome you to another episode of the Thank Me Later podcast with me, your host, Jini Thornton. Now, this maybe is your first time with us, or maybe you have listened to some of our other episodes. I am so happy that you are here today. And the Thank Me Later podcast, where we help you master your money and transform your life. Listen, y'all, we are all about transformation here. So the transformation and mastery that we are working on today, that we're going to focus on today, is all about the financial do's and don'ts. These are common financial mistakes that I have experienced as a CPA and business manager, like to the stars. I'm going to use the air quotes, to the stars. And so just to kind of give you a little background, for the last 29 years, I can't believe I can say that, saying that out loud, I have worked exclusively in the entertainment industry. And our firm, Envision Business Management Group, we run the businesses of people in the entertainment industry, primarily talent, a lot of folk that y'all know, but we manage their personal affairs, all their business personal money, but also their business money too. So that's the thing about being an accountant or being a CPA. Like, you have a front row seat to people's lives. And of course, being in the entertainment industry, which is interesting, is that I have been able to see everything up close. But I think entertainment makes everything a little bigger, a little bigger, a little bit more interesting. But, a lot of times when you're the professional, you think you're the only one, that's teaching. But the whole time we are actually learning. We're guiding, but we're learning too. So I want to give y'all just a few things that I have learned in my career. I've had a magical career, by the way, but I want to give y'all a few tips. And so whether you are an entrepreneur, just you as an individual, I promise you, if you adhere, listen to what I'm sharing with you today, I promise you will thank me later. So I'm just going to jump right in to some of the financial don'ts that I have learned being in the entertainment industry. So here are a few common things that have gotten people in trouble over and over and over and over again. All right. So this is in no particular order, but here are a few things that I want to share with you. Well, this is the number one issue by far. I tell you, taxes is always the problem. And the reason for that is a lot of people, when they receive money, they're like, "Ooh, I want all this money to myself." They're not planning for the fact of what does not belong to them. So they begin to adjust their lifestyle to what is actually coming in, not to the part that they get to keep. So please, again, entrepreneur, individual, you got to make sure that you are focused on Uncle Sam, the IRS, and also the state or states that you may owe a liability to. Okay. Another big one, adjusting their lifestyle to the gross amount. So I see this all the time. People begin to do better. Entrepreneurs begin to do better. And then all of a sudden, everything in their life begins to change. New car, new house. Everything is bigger, more. Listen, y'all gonna need to pump your brakes just a little bit, because changing your lifestyle too quickly, it could create a tremendous amount of stress. But also, in addition to running your business, now you have to keep up with all of this extra stuff that you have. And that in and of itself becomes stressful. I see people who immediately are like, "Why did I do this?" Because they think this is what they're supposed to do. But again, kind of pump your brakes here when it comes to adjusting your lifestyle and making some financial commitments that you may need to kind of slow down with. Here's a big one. See this one all the time. Living beyond your means. There's another financial expert that says, act your wage. And so again, here's this perception. People think that, oh, I'm here. So I have to drive this type of car. I have to live in this type of neighborhood. I have to wear these type of clothes. I'm like, who said that? You know what I mean? Who said that? There was a book that came out years and years ago. It's called The Millionaire Next Door, where the majority of people who are millionaires, you don't even know it. Okay? You don't even know it. So these standards that are being set, like how you're supposed to live and behave and where you're supposed to hang out and how you're supposed to travel, you need to be questioning who set these standards and be doing what's really good for you, fulfills you, versus having some external pressure from some people you don't even know. So again, I need you to act accordingly to your ways. This is not meant to punish you, but you don't want to get too caught up in this lifestyle out here. Here's another one. I've kind of referred to this one already. Upgrading your life too soon. Again, you're going to need a little runway, and it could be years with an S before that can happen. I've worked with a couple of amazing business owners who business took off and boom, lifestyle was like crazy and not real happy in a couple of years because they could not maintain it. There was so much pressure from it. And then again, you feel obligated, you got to keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. You want to be very careful of that. Whew. This is another big one. Creating a welfare system. So when I say that, do you even have any idea what I mean by that? Creating a welfare system. And I see people do this when they are helping their family members, helping their adult children for a long time, want to make sure everybody around them, that their lifestyle is changing, improving just because theirs has. That is not sustainable. I understand your intention because you love who you love and you rock with who you rock with. And you're doing good. You want them to do good too. But creating a welfare system is not sustainable. And I've also seen it create so much resentment. So you're going to have to really kind of figure out a way how to support the people. And I don't mean financially support, but also have some real boundaries in place, because you're going to have to learn how to say no. No is a complete sentence. And not really be worried about how it's going to impact relationships, but you are going to end up potentially broke. I've seen people go broke helping other people, and those same people will not be able to help you. And the other thing too about that is, that saying, you're not teaching people how to fish, but you're giving them fish. And so now people become dependent on you based on your action versus saying, hey, this is how I can afford to take care of myself out here in the world. So we got to be really, really careful of the welfare systems we're creating, y'all. All right. I see this one too, quite a bit. Making long-term financial commitments to people. So let me tell you what that looks like. I have worked with several clients who one of their primary goals was to retire their parents or their grandparents. Now, I'm a parent of adult children. If one of my kids was like, Mom, you don't ever have to work again, would love to hear that. But how much does that cost? Nobody can answer that's a mathematical equation. It's not just an emotional decision I owe my mother, I owe my grandmother, I owe my auntie for what they've done for me. But you're making a decision not understanding what it really costs to support somebody for an extended period of time. So you want to be very, very careful of that. It's not just a heartfelt decision, but that's a business mathematical decision that you're going to have to make as well. And actually there's an equation to help you calculate that. You might not be able to figure that out on your own, but you want to make sure that you're able to do some math. So I see it with retiring people, but I also see it with if you want to buy your sister or one of your siblings a house. Okay. So you're going to give them the down payment, but Can they maintain the mortgage and the taxes and the repairs and the maintenance and all that other stuff that comes with it? You want to make sure that you are able to keep up with, they are able, independent of you, to keep up with and maintain that. So I know these are several don'ts, right? All this good information I've learned just by observing folks who are in the entertainment industry. But I promise you, if you listen, you will thank me later. You want to make sure you're good, but everyone else around you is good too. Couple more things that I've seen people go broke on. Here's some more don'ts. Just not saving money. You just assume when people are making a lot of money that they are saving. I have had some amazing clients, people who are doing extremely well, like really, 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 really well. Out here in the world, killing it, that had like virtually no money saved. None. Or not nearly the amount that they should have had saved based on the amount of revenue that they generated. So then what happens is, because they don't have anything saved, when the rain comes, because of course the rain has to come, they're not ready. So we think about it in our lives, like you said, you can have $100 problems, $1,000 problems, or you can have $100,000 problems. Now you have people with bigger problems. So that means they need more money to fix that problem. And it becomes very stressful because you got to remember that money is supposed to be able to maintain you today, but also maintain you in the future if something comes up. So you need to be an aggressive saver. You got to be an aggressive saver. All right. So that's a really, really, really big mistake that I see people make. Here's another one. So people have had some success, whatever, in the entertainment industry, some other business, killing it. A lot of times people automatically assume the next business that they start in an unrelated field is automatically going to have that level of success. I've seen people who just kind of get real lazy and they're not doing their due diligence, not doing the research, empowering their family or friends like, oh yeah, let's do this, and start throwing money at a business because they had the money to spend, versus kind of pulling back and saying, wait a minute, how would I approach this business if I did not have money? Right? So again, that's a huge don't. That's a huge no. Just because you've had success, it may not be automatic. Again, approach the business like you haven't been out here in these streets winning. All right. Just a couple more. Another big issue that I have seen people in the entertainment business have are lawsuits. Okay. Because you got to understand, the better you do, regardless of the industry or business that you're in, but the better you do, you now kind of have this X on your back. And I have some people who are shocked when this happens. So they make decisions even when it comes to like firing employees or, having certain confrontations out in the world, conflict. I'm like, you can't move the way that you used to move once you start winning out here making a whole bunch of money. So you have to be mindful, not paranoid. But again, a lot of folk may know that what you kind of got going on, and they're like, "Ooh, you may look like a meal ticket to somebody." So I see lawsuits as a really, really big issue. So think about it this way. Money makes you more of who you already are, because people automatically assume once I get more money, everything is going to be perfect. It certainly can help, but it can also be an issue if you don't have your footing underneath you, right? And you are not really mindful and very intentional about your money and how not only you're going to handle your money, but all of these other people and situations that are going to happen around you. Because, the saying goes, new level, new devil. And it's true. So definitely want you to aspire to do better, but you got to be prepared with the responsibility that comes with that. So, all right, now, I have a Thank Me Later hotline question. Thank y'all. I really appreciate you all reaching out to us and sharing your questions because we want to make sure that you're good out here. So I have a caller. Her name is Brenda from Nevada. Hey, Brenda. And her question is, I don't have much financial literacy and I'm trying to be a good steward of my finances. I don't know what that looks like. Do I try to invest? Do I focus on saving? Do I focus on becoming debt free? What should my strategy be? I was at an event just several weeks ago at my alma mater, North Carolina A&T State University, Aggie Pride. And when I was at this session, somebody made a comment. They said financial literacy is a superpower, because we've all heard that saying, knowledge is power, right? But financial literacy is a superpower. And when you can have some mastery in that, like, it can change so many aspects of your life. So, Brenda, let me answer your question directly. So you got to get comfortable understanding money. A lot of people avoid the topic. They just want things to be fixed. Like, tell me how to improve my credit. Tell me how to get out of debt, versus saying, I need to have a real basic understanding of several different topics. So if it were me, my starting place would be to know exactly where I am. So how much debt do I have? What is my credit score? How much money do I have saved? How much money do I have invested? Because you have to know your starting point. Then from there, I need to know, it's kind of like going to the emergency room. You know how you go to triage first? Do you have a temperature? Are you bleeding? Like what's going on? You got to know, based on what's going on in your life, do you have something urgent that requires your attention immediately? Because the urgent things need to be handled first. Now, what's urgent for Brenda could be completely different for somebody else, but you want to be able to tackle the urgent things first. So assuming that you know that, you do want to have a basic amount of money saved, and depending upon who you are, that amount may vary. Some people say minimally $1,000. Some people will say minimally like $5,000. So when life begins to start lifing, it does not disrupt everything in your world. So I would want to stabilize. I would have some money saved. So assuming you got that done, check. Investing, absolutely. If your employer has like a 401k, please contribute and participate. You got to do that. You definitely got to do that. And then my debts, once I have them listed out, I'm beginning to tackle them one by one. Okay. So you want to begin to deal with the ones either with the highest interest rate first or the lowest balance first. So the order you do all those things is really going to be based on what's urgent to you, because it's really kind of personal. So I hope that helps. Brenda. And thank you for your question. So those of you who need some resources, here are a few things. Please tap into our Thank Me Later community. That's at thankmelater.money. And we have a ton of really good videos and information sheets, downloads that you can use to help you on your financial journey. And then you can also check out our book, 99 Tips to Never Go Broke. That's on our Thank Me Later website as well, that you can buy that from us and get some important tips that you need. All right. Few more things before we wrap up this episode. I've been telling you what not to do, some lessons I've learned in the entertainment business. Let me tell you about a few things that I've learned definitely to do. So I'm not going to name any names of folks, but here are a few things that I've learned from some people who were really, really, really good with money. My best clients saved aggressively. And I think a lot of it may even have been out of fear, because our business is like up and down, up and down, up and down. Like, they saved aggressively, like it was going to be their last absolute check. So not encouraging you to be afraid, but if the rain comes, you want to have as much money as possible. I have never heard somebody say, I'm so mad about how much money I saved. No one ever says that. Please save aggressively. And prepare for the rain. Because again, the rain has got to come. The rain absolutely positively has to come. Another thing that I've learned from clients, my really talented clients had an exit strategy, meaning they knew the season that they were in, it wasn't going to be forever. Because I have a lot of people who just think, oh, it's going to be like this forever. No, it's not. The people who acknowledged that it wasn't going to be like this forever and really began to plan for that. Like, okay, I have to fund my retirement or my transition early. Because you think in my business, people get put out of the entertainment industry. Most people don't leave when they want to. You know, you don't see a lot of gray-haired people in the music business. And one more thing. One of my favorite clients, our longest standing client over here at Envision, he is a master researcher. Oh my God. So although he has a team of people to support him, he's always done his own research. I don't care if he's buying a car, buying a plane, buying land. He does his own research and then will get the opinion of several different people. But it's like he's not just waiting for somebody to tell him what to do or not to do. Like he's going to make his own independent decision and gather his own information, right? You're not too busy to do that. And if some of the folks I work with have the time to do it, you certainly do too. All right. So please do your own research. All right. That was a lot, y'all. You know, a whole lot of do's, some don'ts here. And hope this information was helpful. And I want to hear from you. So if you have some more questions, please engage with us. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And please follow me on social media at Jini Thornton. And thank you so much for listening. So before I go, I want to, we have this way that we always close out each episode. So I'm going to tell you my Thank Me Later financial tip that I wish I would have had when starting my business. If you blank, you will thank me later. If you save like your life depends on it. If you save right from the beginning of you creating your business, I promise you, you will thank me later. All right? You got to save right from the beginning. So again, please engage with us in our Thank Me Later community. You can go to thankmelate.money. You definitely want to get our book, 99 Tips to Never Go Broke. And thank you for tuning in to the Thank Me Later show, where we help you master your money and transform your life. Follow us at TML Money and at Jini Thornton. And learn more about us at thethankmelatershow.com. Thank y'all. See y'all next episode.